My next guest, taking on both Republicans and Democrats in her brand new show. It airs at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on the Fox Business Network. Joining us now, former MTV VJ, host of The Independents. Kennedy, great to have you
Lou,
here.
thanks for having me. You've been so sweet.
Well, thank you.
Our offices are right next to each other.
And we're delighted to have you in the neighborhood. And
Thank you.
You're a delight. And you've got a terrific show. And since I am a registered independent, I'm sort of pulling for you.
Great.
On that. I think the title is amazing. I like that.
I think there are a lot of people out there who share your views. I mean, you have a lot of fans. You make sense. You're not towing a party line. And there's so many people out there who are going issue by issue. Yeah. And we welcome them every night for a nice discussion.
Now, your show, I mean, you're talking about many of the same issues that all of us are talking about. You're talking about a president who has lied over the course of 4 years. You're talking about a Republican Party that can't win an election, it seems, at least a presidential election, certainly hasn't for the last two, and doesn't understand what a ground operation is when it comes to turning out voters. How do you deal with those issues? Well,
we tend to not think about them in party terms, which people have been doing for so long. Mm-hmm. You know, growing up, it was always, well, what did the Republicans say? What did the Democrats say? Who do I agree with? As though it has to be one side or the other. And, you know, I mean, I have found living in Southern California, there are so many people who go issue by issue and their views change, whether it's immigration or health care. Yeah. And, you know, thinking about what is within the scope of government. And oftentimes, as your political philosophy evolves, that scope narrows, and that's fine.
You know, when you talk about California that way, it seems like an entirely reasonable place to live. You wouldn't think that it had supported wholesale illegal immigration. That in fact it had over 13% in taxes, sales taxes, income taxes. I mean, it's a pretty striking place.
Which is what makes people so independent, because they see this government regulation working against them in their lives with their businesses and daily decisions. And a lot of the regulation in California directly affects the poor.
Right.
So, you know, if you consider yourself a Robin Hood populist, then you really should be a libertarian.
Well,
by all rationality.
They're with that party thing. Is it?
But not a part of the Libertarian Party.
Right.
You can be a philosophical libertarian and want less government and be a registered independent, be politically and personally independent. I celebrate that.
Well, you know, celebrating it, you've got a lot of company in point of fact, because fewer people than ever, at least in recent history, are now self-identifying as Republicans. Just a few more are self-identifying as Democrats. Most, and that's about 40%, are identifying themselves as independents. That's striking.
It's striking, and it's not just generational, because now you're seeing young people leaving Obama. And, you know,
can you believe the millennials are turning they now have a plurality opposing him and his chief policy, that is the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah, because he was never really there for them to begin with. And he always took the youth vote for granted. But you're looking at a group of people who have such incredible, easy access to information. And when ideas reach critical mass, they all know about it instantly. I mean, it's instantly disseminated.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Come back soon. And The Independents, Monday through Wednesday, Friday, right here on the Fox Business Network, 9 p.m. Eastern. Please join them. Thanks for being with us. Good night.